Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Idle Angels video, and today I am going to be talking about how to build Pandora. Now, this is a series that I started a while ago on how to build different angels, and I still need to do it for a lot of those on the way back. But considering that there are only 2 days left with the possibility to build Pandora, and in my opinion, she's one of the most broken angels that we currently have in the game. That's why I need to cover her right now, and also because her rerun will be very soon on Christmas. At least we expect it that on Christmas we can still summon for every single angel in their rarity. So if you miss Pandora right now, you can start saving up scrolls for the next 1 month, because at the end, mid to end of December, we'll have the rerun where you can possibly summon for Pandora again. Now, before I start explaining everything regarding Pandora, just a small information that might be useful if you are a new player. In order to reach the maximum level for the angel, which is level 400, you need to upgrade the angel to a certain point. When it comes to the SSR plus angels, they need to reach SSR plus 5, which is those red stars. You need to reach 5 of those stars in order to upgrade to level 300, and then you will need the UR level to reach to level 400. Those are the one purplish stars. You will need to upgrade that in order to reach level 400. With the MR based angels such as Pandora, all you need to do is to max out the MR to level 5 in order to be able to push her to level 400. And here on the bottom is the scroll list. It's basically how much scrolls you will need in order to max out your angel. So for the MR stage, you will need 740 scrolls. So for Pandora MR5, you need 740. And for the incarnation level, it's the same table on the bottom. So you will need another 740 to max her incarnation level to the maximum. I'm sorry if there is a lot of noise, but currently my cat, as you can see, he's going ballistics on a box. So please do excuse the external noise. He is just playing with a random box. And back to explaining, but this table doesn't count the rebates. So as you probably know for so far in the game, when you are summoning, there's a chance you can get blue scroll, not a chance, but you get blue scrolls back depending on a certain amount of summons that you do. So you will need 740, but we don't count the rebates in those. You will use 740 and then you will have some blue scrolls as leftovers. Now, when it comes to the awakening levels of Pandora, how I would max her out. Of course, you want the MR to level 5 first if you are a new player, in order to be able to push her to the level 400. And then you will need the incarnation level to the maximum. This angel definitely needs to be maxed out in order to unlock her full potential. But here on the bottom, I made a little bit more diverse way of upgrading, and I will explain why. It's because Christmas is coming and you have approximately 30 days to save blues, and you will definitely be able to max her out during those this 1 month, this event right now, and on Christmas. So I will do something like push the MR to 1 star, then unlock the incarnation level to 1 star, then do both to 3 stars, and then do both to 5 stars with the priority of MR, because you would like to get that level 400. Of course, if you have already an angel that can be level 400 and you're doing the inheritance strat, you can upgrade the incarnation level first and then do the MR if you're focused on the PvP. On the PvE side, you would like the MR first. When it comes to her UR skill, she deals 220% magic damage to all enemies with a 50% chance to inflict confusion on the target for 1 round. Basically, targets under confusion cannot cast their skills and you're using basic attack on a random target the next time they act. This is very strong because it allows your angels to negate damage from the enemy for 1 whole round, which is extremely powerful in my opinion. When it comes to the UR plus powers, this is what I recommend and what I would use for a Pandora. So the first one, I will choose 10% max, 10% HP. On the second one, we would like to get the 20% of max HP shield, because you are going to stack a lot of HP on Pandora. Third one, I will take speed. Definitely, if you're going for PvP, she will be better off using the speed. If you're going for the PvE, you can use the alternative that gives attack buff to everyone. Then on the fourth one, reduce damage taken by 20% when under a debuff. Again, this is for the PvP mainly, but I'm too bothered to swap between PvE and PvP. That's why I use the same UR plus powers. And lastly, revive when it dies. This is very important, because it gives your angel the potential, if she dies, to unleash her powers once more. When it comes to the MR, you need 200 energy in order to activate your MR, and luckily Pandora receives 200 energy once she reaches MR 1 star. This is why I said that MR 1 is very important to get early on. It's just because that she can activate her MR skill on the first round. Now, what does her MR skill actually do? She gives 20% accuracy plus 1 round immunity to skill damage. And passively, all allies will confuse the enemies when they die. So basically, Pandora enters the battlefield, she uses her MR power, and whenever an ally on your side dies, it will confuse the enemy. It will confuse the enemies, and they cannot use their skills, which is very powerful for PvP. Then on MR2, it will increase the attack of all allies by 20%. This is extremely powerful for PvE as well, because this is more attack for your DPS angel. MR3, it will increase max HP by 30% for Pandora. MR4, it will increase accuracy and another 10% for the attack to all allies. And then, this is probably one of the most important stuff, the box that protects Pandora will be transferred to protecting the highest ally, the ally with the highest attack. So it's your DPS angel. For PvE, this is extremely good, and for PvP, it's a bit weird. It's harder to tackle, because in PvP, I know that a lot of people have the maxed out Hera, and then it becomes a bit confusing. Is it going to be using the buff on Hera? Is it going to be using it on my DPS angel? But either way, I feel like that this MR5 is extremely good and well designed. Now, Incarnation Power. Incarnation Power takes priority over the MR power, but what does Incarnation of Pandora do? She reduces the enemy debuff resistance by 20% and inflicts confusion on the enemies. And if the confusion misses, the enemy will take 30% more damage. This is extremely good, because on PvE, this is basically almost like chaos. And right now, with Pandora on the line, I would say you don't need to build chaos anymore for the PvE purposes, and for the PvP purposes, with the exile, it's good, but Pandora kind of does it better, and it's a cheaper upgrade. So definitely Pandora is moving chaos more and more to the bottom line of the tier list. On Incarnation level 1, you receive 1 willpower, which will allow you to cast your Incarnation skill. On Incarnation level 2, it decreases target buff effect received by 20%, which is huge, because for PvP, every single angel is now stacking buff received on their sorry, not relics, but gems. And by that, you are just nuking the buff that they receive. Incarnation 3 is increased max HP by 20%. Incarnation 4 is, if the target resists the confusion, then they will take 30% more holy damage, which is still amazing. And on Incarnation level 5, you increase the max HP of Pandora even more by 30%. So as you can see, for now, Pandora is just upgrading a lot of HP and helping you out with providing attack buffs and dealing more damage to the enemy. When it comes to the relic, in my opinion, the best relic for Pandora is a relic that is with high speed. Now, when it comes to speed, speed is useful for PvP. It is extremely good and you need the most of it, the most you can get. But in my opinion, speed is better for her than her own relic that gives HP. And why I say that is because if you put Pandora on the first slot of your lineup and she has a lot of speed, then she can confuse all of the enemies. She can start stacking all the buffs for your team, and she can actually cast her skills to nuke and deal some damage to the enemy. That's why, in my opinion, speed is very good. If you have the SSR plus chests, you can open for the Cupid one. But if you don't and you still want to use Pandora, you can use the Amaterasu relic because it gives speed. And that way you can actually have that speed in front of your enemies and opponents and beat them that way. When it comes to the substats over here, those three, which you can see it's crit, attack, and speed, my suggestion is to look for speed, HP, and HP percentage. With the best, probably it will be speed once, with HP percentage twice. But of course, you need to get quite lucky with the relic in order to get nice speed and HP percentage buffs. When it comes to the gear Ascension, in my opinion, gear Ascension, you will try to reach tier 5 on the ring, weapon, chestplate, and belt, with of course the highest importance for chaos, in my opinion, should be the belt, because the belt gives the max HP, and with chaos you're reliable on max HP quite a lot. So I would first try to get tier 5 belt and tier 5 weapon. Then I will do the tier 5 ring with tier 5 chest and tier 4 boots with a tier 4 helmet for the attack buff. When it comes to the artifact, in my opinion, the HP is the most important for her. Then I will do crit chance and crit damage. After that, defense penetration, then resistance penetration, then debuff resistance, and then leech and attack. Maybe the debuff resistance is going to be a bit better if you are actually, sorry, this one needs to be on the back. Need to penetrate the resistance and then debuff resistance. Yeah, like this. So this is the way that I would push the artifacts. Then on the wardrobe, I will do the max HP. Then I will do the endurance, because endurance gives you more max HP. Then I will do intellect, because her main stats is intellect, which will boost her attack, so she will deal more damage. And at the back, agility, attack, and strength. It's kind of weird. Maybe attack can be in front of agility, but in the end, I don't think that those at the back will matter that much. They won't really make that big of a difference, but definitely the first three, in my opinion, should be the max HP, endurance, and intellect. When it comes to the gems, you would want to max out the HP gem first. After that, it could be attack gem, so you can deal more damage, and then defense and defense penetration gem. When it comes to those special gems from Illusion Corridor, this is very, very important in my opinion. There are only three things that you care about. You care about receiving speed, you care about receiving max HP, and you care about receiving buff received. And also you will like to get this golden chest option or buff applied in order to receive the level up essence skill. And what I suggest to use is the Void Shadow, because the Void Shadow, when entering battle, reduces own damage by 30% and increases speed by 60 for 1 round. Basically, as I said, we are trying to stack as much speed on chaos in order for her to act first and inflict that confusion to the enemies. So that's why I would suggest stacking speed on your Void Shuttle with HP or buff receive. Depending on how good your lineup is, you can decide for yourself, do you want the HP or do you want the buff received. And lastly, it's the Affinity and Fate. In order to unlock all of the fates, let's say I own all of these angels, but you can see that only Jean is lit up. How it works is that if Pandora and Jean are on the lineup, which is those 1 to 12 angels that you use to fight with, then this thing will light up and she will receive the buff. But if you can get the affinity to 2000 and you can buy the ring from the diamond shop and use that ring to marry Pandora, all of the angels that you own will lit up on this buff bar, the fate, without you using them on the lineup. For instance, let's say you have Prometheus and Zeus and you don't want to use them on your lineup, then you will get the affinity of of Pandora to 2000, and then Pandora will get that 20% attack buff from Prometheus and Zeus without them being into the lineup. So overall, I think it's one of the most broken angels. I'm definitely going to build Pandora myself. I wasn't considering building her first, but I feel like I will build Pandora first and probably even skip Nemesis, because in my opinion, Nemesis is a DPS, Pandora is a support and control unit for PvP, and I will just try to wait and see what is the next strong DPS angel. But this is because I am on a older account. If you're on a newer account, right now Nemesis is your best option for DPS, alongside with going with Pandora as a second angel to build. This is my opinion, but of course, if you feel like there's something wrong with the guides that I make, please do mention it in the comments so I can spread awareness that I've made a mistake. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.